You want to come from a place of strength, not a place of weakness when you're listening and as you're going into the negotiating table with you.
Welcome back. Real Talk Real Estate. My name is Scott Werner with the Capstone team, brokered by EXP. To my left is
Donovan Johnson, Coldwell Banker, Ingle Safari.
So, Donovan, we're going to talk today. Every seller wants top dollar, but should they actually
I
get it?
want top commission, brother.
Exactly. And the more top dollar you get, the more commission I get. But top dollar does not mean the number that makes you feel good. It's the number that we actually say, hey, this is what has been selling around the block.
Right. So we're going to break down, like Scott just said, what really happens when you bring a home to market.
Here's the truth. The market decides value. I'm sorry to say that. I know that might hurt, but the market decides the value, not the seller. I mean, sometimes you have those sellers that say, I need to be here. Great. But hopefully the market says that you need to be here as well. You can influence it, but you cannot override it.
Exactly. If you're a buyer, you're almost like somebody voting with a wallet instead of like punching the ballot. And if people aren't showing up to vote, there's first and foremost, it's potentially a price issue.
No, I think you're 100% correct. I tell clientele price creates momentum or movements. The first 2 weeks are critical. If you're not getting showings, that must mean something's up with it. If people are leaving feedback saying, hey, too high of a value, you might want to listen to it.
Absolutely. And if you miss the window, there's a chance you may start having to chase a little bit. And you don't want to get in a cat and mouse game with the market. It's already tough enough.
Yeah, price it right. Get the activity, the offers, the leverage, because if you price it correctly, guess what? That positions you to be the person that moves the ship instead of the buyer directing it for you. Price it wrong, you're going to get crickets, and perhaps it might just stay on the market longer.
Absolutely. And we're at the dangers of overpricing. I feel like you
Mhm.
skipped a little.
No.
All right. So look, Scott already started talking about it, but let's talk about what actually happens when you do come in too high. What's your initial price offer?
Number one, you lose the best buyers first. That's what you're losing. They're going to look at it right out the block. They're going to be like, "No, this is too high for me. I don't want it. I'm not going to try to do a bidding war with this person." Obviously, they don't want to be in the same ballpark that I want to be in.
Number two, agents will stop showing it, man. And especially if you know what market value is. I mean, you have clients send you houses, send me houses, and they're like, what do you think about this? A lot of times I'm straight up, hey, there may be a deal here, but I think it's overpriced.
I mean, number three, once it's priced too high and it sits there, people are going to say, "What's wrong with the house? Why is it just sitting there? Why?" And you put more questions in people's minds. That's no bueno in the real estate game.
Right. And by the time you reduce, you've lost the only thing you really have when you bring something to the market, the newness of it,
Mhm.
the flair, the man, what's this? What do they have to
The
offer?
pizzazz.
Yes. And you want to come from a place of strength, not a place of weakness when you're listening and as you're going into the negotiating table with your client for your client.
I mean, overpricing doesn't make you money. It costs you money because you got to think you're there longer, so you're paying the mortgage longer. You might if the buyer is guiding the ship, they might want more in inspections. It's a big thing. So when you have it priced right, guess what? You're gonna get there.
So Scott, man, how do we find the sweet spot?
Start with the data, not emotions. Take the emotions out of it, take the feelings out of it. Hey, Agents like us will pull comps, we'll see what's out there. Now, are they always right? I pull comps for most of my houses, and have I been wrong a little bit, and has it set on the market because of that? It might be, but guess what? We also have to try to read the market, recent sales, everything. You can't go back a year and say, "Oh, well, this is what it's supposed to be." No, you need to look in the here and now.
Right, because 'cause we're looking at condition,
Mhm.
location, and obviously the timing of the market. Is your home the fixer-upper on the block? Is your home the nicest one on the block? Are you selling right before the holidays? People trying to decide between the presents and the down payment,
Yeah.
presents versus payment.
Yeah. I mean, it's always priced with reaction to the next buyer's bracket. For example, if you're at 305, price it at 299 because people sometimes cut that search at 300. So you're just missing it out at 305 at 305. I mean, you're not losing that much money between 305 and 209.
And it
I mean, sorry, 299.
Right, and it's definitely psychological. People are shopping, they don't shop a price, they shop almost like a range.
Mhm. The goal is to start bidding conversation, not a discount discussion.
Write that down. Write that down.
Right. Right, right. No, truthfully, you don't wanna have you wanna be the one ruling the ship or driving the car or rowing the ship, whatever analogy that you wanna use.
And here's the thing, I got people that I'm about to have a conversations with some of my sellers after this podcast. So if you feel like your home should be moving, you can't panic because, like Scott said earlier, the emotional side of it'll have you all the way down craps river. So what you should do is instead of it's like in basketball, just because you can't dribble don't mean you still can't move. You got to learn how to pivot.
Yeah. I mean, number 1, step 1, analyze the feedback. What are you hearing? Great house, too expensive. You've got your answer right there.
Refresh. Excuse me. Golly, man, you think this coffee would start working? You got to refresh your photos. Got to start buzzing harder. Refresh your photos, your remarks. Uh, a small rebrand could actually bump your price bracket up because there are people that'll walk through the home and be like, boom, 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 and they want so much money for this house, and we still have to fix all this stuff. It's just you got to be able to give a little.
Yes. Step 3, watch the competition. If somebody else is selling down the street and those people are selling and you're like wondering why, figure out why. Have your agent figure out what is going on, why, and actually get the detail to put back up to the price.
Absolutely, and you got to own the change. Announce your price drop, price reduction, however you want to put it,
Mhm.
and just keep blasting it out because social media really is everything. I would love to say that I meet everybody in person with a handshake and win them over, but the first impression of the internet is everything.
You know, buyers respond to value, not excuses. Adjust quickly and recover fast because the longer that it sits on the market, the longer that your client's going to be like, "Hey Scott, when is this thing going to be sold? Hey Scott, when is this thing going to be sold?"
Right, because here's the thing, guys. Selling a home isn't a let me throw this at the wall and hopefully something sticks. If you Here's the thing, one of the biggest things I ask sellers when they come to me is like, do you want to sell this home or do you need to sell this home? Because I feel like that goes a long way in how we approach the price. If you want to play with the market because you don't need to sell, cool. But you know what usually happens with the people that don't need to sell? I get the call 3, 4 months in, and they're like, dude, we need to just reduce the price. And at that point, I'm like, we might as well just relist it, take it down for a couple weeks, and bring it back on the market brand new again.
You know, a smart price doesn't leave money on the table, it gets you to the table quicker.
Time is money. I
Yeah.
think it's the biggest thing that people need to realize is that you may be stubborn on the front end, but you're going to pay double or triple on the back end. And you may go from being the one, like, kind of with the pants and the belt on to getting spanked in the deal if you're hard headed.
Yeah. I mean, so don't fear pricing strategically. Don't fear it. It's something that's something that we are going to do. It's a pro. Hey, it's bigger time. It's bigger, and it's going to put you in that house less.
Right. And last thing I'm gonna say from the agent perspective is that the more reps that I've been able to get with clients and CMAs and running stuff, I feel like we've gotten to the point to where I used to text mono my brokers about every price opinion I had. Like, I don't do it as much unless I feel like I need to, but we all start developing this gut of being able to just guide if you're in the market and willing just to digest all the information and be able to spit it back out in a digestible way for your client to have like, I'm going with this guy. And that's what all we want is for y'all to be like, I'm gonna say the same thing I think I said in like our first couple episodes is that we used to work at 2D Sports, his baseball company, and they told me this one time, and it's stuck with me ever since. You're dealing with people's two most important things, their kids and their money. Same thing with real estate, you're dealing with people's two most important things, their biggest investment and their money. And more than likely, their kids and everything else that comes with it. You're dealing with, is this home a Christmas? Like, there's just so much stuff that goes into it. So just, we love our craft so much is why we spend so much time doing it and why we agree to work on commission and don't need an hourly necessarily. So,
hey guys, this is it. This is the pod for today. Subscribe, like, share, put a heart. Hey, we feel the love, and guess what? Love at the bottom.
game point.